honestly don't know what's possessed these man, bro. I honestly don't know whether these men are smoking biscotti before the game, whether they're smoking some lemon herbs before the game. I don't know what type of Cali that these men have been rossing off, whether they've been going to damn before games, whether they're playing games with snooze in their mouth, bro. Because the way that we've been giving away goals, it's just pathetic, blood. Yeah? It's absolutely pathetic, bro. Right? Enzo Fernandez today for that goal that we conceded, because we're just going to get straight into it, people. It's Lincoln, end of the day. It's third round, right? There's no introductions for these sort of things. You know what I mean? We've won the game today, but broski, I'm just content. I'm content right now because these men are moving like, you know what they're moving like, bro? You know, in school, you got the naughty kids in school, blood, yeah? That always get the phone call home and their parents are like, oh, when they see the phone ringing from the school, it's like, what now? Yeah? That's how I'm feeling right now. What now? What's it gonna be against Brighton, bro? What's it gonna be against Benfica, bro? What now? That's how I'm feeling. Because man just wanna be gifting goals. It's like everyone's got a little, little earpiece in the ear. Different saboteurs every week. You are the saboteur, yeah? You are the saboteur this week. Today, it was Enzo Fernandez in that first half, because what are you doing for that goal that we conceded, bro? That is just basic football. That's what they teach you when you're in primary school, when you're just learning how to kick a ball. You never play it across the goal like that, yeah? And Chalobah, of course he bottled it. Of course he bottled it, right? But it's a hospital pass, bro. You're trying to put your player in serious danger there. That's the type of pass that can get Chalobah injured, bro. Yeah? Why was it so nonchalant? I'm going to see some people saying, oh, Fofana. Broski, Enzo probably told Fofana in that moment, pasa. Just give me the ball, yeah? And Fofana, why is Fofana not going to trust Enzo there? Because we know Enzo is a good passer of the ball. But that's just pathetic. That is just pathetic. Pathetic goal to give away. Pathetic goals to give away against Bayern. Pathetic goals to give away against Brentford. Pathetic goals to give away the other day, blood, against United, right? What's going on with you, man? You, man, need to be pinched across your ear, bro. You need your ear to be twisted, bro. Everyone needs to get happy slapped, bruv. Chalobah again, bro. Why are you passing the ball to Santos like that? This guy has a fetish with putting people in trouble. I've deeped it. Yeah? He has a serious fetish of passing on responsibility and putting his players in dangerous situations, right? Because that ball should never be going to Santos again. You gave the ball away. You're making Santos have to scramble and clatter, man, bruv. Yeah? And I actually thought that Santos had a good game. I thought he had a steady game. You know what I mean? I thought he was controlling the ball well. I thought he was breaking up play well. I thought he was getting in the box defending well. Yeah? It was a wave. It was a long wave that we had to ride today. And it could have gone horribly wrong because a minute into the game, these men actually hit the post. Yeah? A minute into the game, I'm already getting at in my group chats. And I'm thinking to myself, not again. I can't deal with this on a Tuesday night. I can't be coming on here, right? And getting knocked out by these sort of teams, bro. These sort of Lincoln, Grimsby and that. You're meant to just be dealing with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I thought Garnacho in this game was non-existent. He started off on the left. He went to the right. Non-existent. I thought Gittins was all right in the game. I thought he was, a little bit better than what we've seen recently. But he's just all right, I thought Neto, when Neto came on, he was actually, creating. He created for Buonanotte, the chance that Buonanotte missed, right? He created for... There's a chance, sorry, that Esteval cut back to him as well that he missed. He should have gone a little bit closer to the goal there because he had way more time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I thought Enzo in the first half, very good pass that he gave to Gittins, but other than that, again, he gave away the ball in a dangerous area, bro. Overall, meaty performance from him. Santos, good. Hato, shaky, right? That's the best way to explain what's going on with him. Shaky right now, yeah? I thought Buonanotte didn't really get the ball enough for me, again, like Brentford. But when he did, you saw the quality in certain parts. The little 1-2s, the little link-up plays. I like the goal that we scored with Tyreek as well. That was a very good goal because he sort of started off that move, right? Tyreek in the first half just, dying up there, bro, right? I know last season I said play him up top, but people, there's context to this. There was no Jackson. There was no Gil. So instead of sitting there crying because he was never going to play Moeka, I said play George up top for now, right? But in an ideal world, I'm never doing that, bro. Because he struggles with his back to goal. Fair's to him for the second half, because in the second half, I thought he was actually, good in terms of the link-up play. And what a strike, by the way, from him. Yeah? But that was him in a position where he's not actually playing up top. He was basically like behind the striker, and he kind of floated from the left-hand side, right? As soon as we kicked off the ball in the second half, he ran away from the striker position, bro. I saw this guy near the right back position, bro. You know what I mean? He is not comfortable up there. I'd rather Maresca integrate Mweka right now. Obviously, Gio was seeing that right now he's not cup tied anymore because they've changed the whole rule situation. So we're gonna be seeing him more, hopefully. But I don't, regardless of the goal today, I don't want to be seeing George up top. If he plays like what he was doing in the second half in terms of the link-up play, we can have a different conversation. But overall, he's not that good with his back to goal. He just isn't, because he's not a striker. You know what I mean? But very, very good strike from him, man. I'm glad that we scored those 2 goals as quickly as we did, because he just shut everyone up and we started to control the game. You know what I'm saying? I thought defensively, second half, Fofana was assured, off the ball, like the defending, some of the headers that he was winning. A lot of the long balls that were coming as well, he was dealing with them, right? I know on the ball, he's not your Tosin, he's not your Levi Colwill, because a few people have been tweeting me about that. We understand that. His ball playing ain't the best. But I thought defending today, he was good. There was even a moment where Hato gave him the ball, like a hospital pass, and he just dealt with it quite well, right? I thought he had a decent game. I thought Gusto today as well, I thought he had a decent game. There was parts where he could do better, the crossing and the finishing, and people are complaining about his in the box. Everyone was poor in the box. But I thought there was a few times as well where he, won a few fouls, run past a few people, dropped his shoulder a couple of times, was linking up all right with Garnacho on that side. In the second half, he was sort of tucking into the midfield. He wasn't giving the ball away like he usually does when he's in there. I thought he was steady, right? And in that first half, I like how he was trying to drive with the ball and trying to link up with Tyreek. It didn't always pull off. Like, people need to realize these things aren't always going to pull off. But he was showing intent. He was trying to progress the ball, right? And that's what I need from a player like Augusto. Do you know what I'm saying? But I thought he was okay on that front. But Jorgensen, bro, listen. I'm gonna speak about him later on in the video. You know what I mean? But he had an absolutely shocking performance, blood. Shocking performance. Yeah. Fofana in the game overall, defensively, he was giving us a little bit of a backbone back there, bro. Especially in the second half where Hato was actually inverting into the midfield. Every ball that was trying to go over the top, he was dealing with it. He was showing a little bit of athleticism, bro. The ball wasn't really going to Chalobah's side. I just feel like when it goes to that side, bro, there's just something that this guy's gonna do. He's been putting a lot of these guys under a lot of pressure, Chalobah, bro. You know what I mean? But I thought Fofana, especially in that second half, was very good. I like the fact that Maresca brought on Cucurella, who assured that midfield a little bit. You know what I mean? Estevao, when he came on, I thought he looked quite sharp. You know what I'm saying, bro? But I'm not gonna, be sitting here for too long, people, because at the end of the day, it's one of them places where you just gotta get in there and get the hell out. Yeah? Get the hell out of this place, man. Because like I said, this is their cup final today, right? It wasn't the best performance, of course, but you have to remember, a lot of these players are still trying to learn how to play together, right? Chemistry is a massive thing in football. You know what I mean? So the more that they play together in these sort of competitions, hopefully that should lead to more of a cohesive team going forward, because you're used to playing with each other. You know that when you make that pass, that person's gonna be there, right? You could just do all these patterns with your eyes closed. You know what I mean? But we really, really need to fix up, man, because we've got a game coming up at the weekend against Brighton, of course. And listen, they just smoked Barnsley. I saw the score beforehand, yeah? They absolutely smoked Barnsley. So they're going to be coming to the bridge, looking at the way that these guys were lofting the ball into the air and thinking, yeah, we can get some joy out of that, yeah? Jorgensen today, bro. How can I nearly, even finish up the review without talking about this guy, right? Jorgensen today, I don't know what was going on with you, broski, yeah? I don't know what was going on with you. That was a Hall of Shame performance. I'm talking Bakayoko against Watford, right? I'm talking Ziyech against Zagreb, right? I'm talking Ben Chilwell against Man City, yeah, in the semi-final. That was a Hall of Shame performance. I couldn't believe what I was watching today from this guy. Unable to collect the ball. just looking rattled, just looking scared, just looking like he's feeling sorry for himself every time he fails to collect it. Yeah. There was even a moment the ball came into the box, man just dived in like some Powerpuff Girl, bruv. Yeah? Man just dived in like one Power Ranger, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's some game show or something. Right? They're gonna have your head on a stick after today, bro. And right now, Sanchez coming back at the weekend, no one's complaining. Even though he did what he did against United, no one is complaining. Because these performances right now, they're far from convincing from you, bro. You're not convincing anyone. You're not convincing Maresca. You're not convincing the fans that you are at the level to be playing for Chelsea, bruv. Yeah? I wanted this guy to get his opportunity when Sanchez, was messing about last season. But even when he came in, Maresca didn't really trust him. He didn't really convince him much, right? I haven't mentioned Jorgensen in time, yeah? I didn't really have stocks in this guy. I had stocks in a guy called Valles. I don't know if people know about a guy called Valles. I kept speaking about this guy. We should have signed him last summer, bro. A leader, very good on the ball, good shot stopper, right? We should have gone and signed him. But Jorgensen, I've said many times, the distribution is good. The shot stopping is decent. Let's see what he can do, blood. You know what I mean? You got to give the next guy an opportunity. And unfortunately for him, he has not been able to prove himself here, man. I won't be surprised to see him getting moved on. Because seeing him now in the lineup, it's scary settings, bro. It's scary settings. Teams are going to be looking at his performance today and saying, yo, just put it right on him because he ain't going to collect the ball. Moving like Bayende, moving like Onana, right? I can't be seeing this shit, bro. Yeah? So in the summer, if he doesn't improve these performances, get him out of it. Get him out of it because he was playing as if he's got snooze in his mouth as well. You know what I mean? I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. Let's say Sanchez picks up an injury or for whatever reason, Jorgensen comes in and all of a sudden he's amazing. Cool, right? Because he's still young, he's got potential and whatnot. All of that stuff, cool. But as it is right now, you are far from convincing, my boy. Far from convincing, man. But anyway, it's a relief right now because like I said, we're through to the next round. Let's see who we get. Hopefully we get the luck of the draw because, boy, when we got to the final with Poch, I was there, man. You know what I mean? I went to a lot of games, a lot of those Carabao Cup games that season. So yeah, it'll be a nice little day out if we can get ourselves to Wembley, man. But let me not get ahead of myself because this has actually been a week of hell. Yeah, that first half, bro. I'm telling you, I was watching the game. I felt numb. My group chats are going off. I couldn't even say anything to these lot. I'm just like, bro, it's another goal that we've just gifted. Like, look at the goals that we're conceding right now. Right, we're doing it to ourselves. We are actually doing it to ourselves. But let me know what you think about my thoughts anyway, people, man. You know what I mean? It's a win today, but again, it's Lincoln's. I'm not gonna overdo it. It feels like a pre-season game, if anything. Yeah. But let me know what you think about my thoughts. Make sure that you lot are smashing up the lights. Like I keep saying, road to 10K. We're gonna get there soon, people. But in a bit, man. Love.